So this is the second short video in the series going over the syllabus. Today I'll be talking about the materials that you will need for the course. So I'll just scroll down in the syllabus till I come to the section on materials, and I'm starting right here. So the first thing that you will need is computer access. We'll be using the Canvas course management system extensively. Canvas only claims compatibility with Firefox and Chrome. They do not claim to be compatible with Internet Explorer. Now, Internet Explorer has been replaced with the Microsoft Edge browser. I've been using the March release of Microsoft Edge this summer, and it has gone just fine. So Canvas does not officially claim to be compatible with Microsoft Edge, but it seems to be working okay. That's what I'm using right now for this presentation. You'll need a text editor that can save documents in PDF format. Microsoft Word is okay. Google Docs is okay. But you have to be able to save the document, and when you submit assignments to me, most often they'll be submitted as PDF files. You'll also need to read some PDF files, and for that, I want you to use the Adobe Reader. Yes, it is true that you can view PDF files in a web browser, and it may be that your computer is set up at the moment so that the default application for opening PDF files might be, for example, your Chrome or your Firefox browser. And that's okay for looking at the files, but when the workbook that we'll be using is a big PDF file. It's a form that I wrote, and when you're filling in the form, strange things happen with the font when you use other readers. So I'd like you to use the Adobe Reader for doing your homework. And at the end of this video, I'll show you how to install it. You'll also need the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet program, and similar comments apply. The Google Sheets will work okay for most of what we are doing, but there will be a few features, some add-ins that are not available or not exactly the same thing as available in other spreadsheet programs. And so equivalent might exist, but you would have to find them yourself. So my examples, the instruction that I give in the videos will be using Microsoft Excel. Now, it's available for free with your enrollment at City College. You get free access to the whole Office suite, which you can download. You can install on several of your own computers at home. And again, I'll show you how to install these things at the end of this video. So that's it for computer access. You'll need the Canvas course management system, and if you're viewing this video right now, you must already be there. So we can move on. You will need the workbook, and there's a link to it here in the syllabus. Actually, there are two links. The first one with the underline, if you click that, it will download the file. And then there's this previewer. If you click that one, it will not download the entire file. It will just show you pages right here in the browser. But you will need to download it and edit it with Adobe Reader in the future. And you want to just keep one copy of it that you keep going back to so you can fill in the answers and keep them. So if you do anything here in just the previewer, if you click the little document icon, you're not going to get what you want. If you do any edits, you'll just lose them. And so you need to use your own downloaded copy. For the textbook, we're using an online textbook that's available for free from the Open Learning Initiative. Here's a link to it. I'll click that link and show you how to log into the textbook. Again, at the end of this video, after we've just briefly gone through the list. Graph paper. There are a couple of graphs we'll be doing at the beginning of the semester where I want you to use decimal ruled graph paper. That image of a piece of that is in the back of this workbook file over here. So you could open that up and just print it out. It's probably easiest to draw your graphs, you know, with a pen and pencil on paper, and then you can hand them in by taking a picture. On the other hand, if you have a tool for drawing with your computer, you could draw on the file and keep the whole thing electronic. Probably easier to draw by hand. As far as calculators go, if you're going to be going on with math, a TI-84 is a nice thing to have, but it's not necessary for this class. We'll be doing almost everything in Excel. And when you want a calculator, you can just use the one that's built into Windows and use the on-screen calculator. Also, for some of the Canvas quizzes, the Canvas application will show you a little calculator on the screen also. There's a textbook that you do not need to buy, but I've used it a lot in the past. The practice exercises are a little bit better. The explanations are a little bit more detailed than what you will get from our online free textbook. On the other hand, the language is more complicated. So it's not clear that it's better overall, but it does provide you a different source of information. If you wanted to get a cheap copy of the book by Triola that's referenced here, you could. There's nothing in there that would be contradictory with what we're doing this semester. Okay, so that's it for the list of materials that you will need. And now I'm going to take a few minutes to show you first how to get Adobe Reader and then how to get Excel, and then how to access the online textbook. So for Adobe Reader, I'm just going to get a new window here in my browser, and I'm going to go to www.adobe.com. Come to the Adobe website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there are 3 links down here. One is for Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. You can click on that, and you come to the page where they offer to install it for you. They have these optional offers. And so I prefer to not click on those. I don't want another virus scan program. I worry about it conflicting with the ones I've already got. So I turn that off. I just leave this checked over here to install Adobe Reader. And then it's this button here in the middle, the Adobe Acrobat Reader, not the Acrobat Pro Trial, because that one expires after a short period of time and they'll want money. But the Adobe Reader thing provides all the functionality that you need, and it does not expire and it does not cost anything. So you'll click that. Now, I'm not going to install it now, but it'll download and you run the installer and it'll give you instructions. So that's it for Adobe Acrobat Reader. And back to the syllabus. The next thing you'll need is the Excel spreadsheet program. So to get that, I'm going to come over here to the City College homepage, and I'm going to click on the search button, and I'm going to search for Microsoft Office download. Click on search. And let's see, yeah, it's this link here, MS Office for CCSF students. Click on that. You get the instructions. Just read through them and then do it. What it boils down to is there's this link in the middle of the page, visit office.com. And you click that link and you give them your City College email address. And that's all they need. They can verify with the registrar that you're a registered student, and that happens automatically, and they just let you download it, and you're all set. And so you get Excel and Word and PowerPoint and Publisher and a whole lot of stuff. That really, it's just Word and Excel that'll be useful to you this semester. You can view the PowerPoint and other viewers, but viewing it in their own native environment is also, you know, that's the way I do it, and it works. Okay. So back to the syllabus. So there's Adobe Reader, there's Microsoft Excel. You click here to download the workbook. I'm not going to do it. I've already got a copy. But, and then you come to the textbook. And that's this OLI statistics. I'm going to click on the link here in the syllabus. You may want to bookmark it later so you don't have to keep going back to the syllabus. And it brings you to the course. Click this green button that says enter the open and free course. I've already created an account. I'll click sign in, but the first time you'll want to click down below here, sign up, and you can create an account. The advantage for that is that it will remember what page you're on. So whenever you come back to the book, you can choose to resume where you left off. If you do create an account and give them an email address, give them your City College address, they don't need to know a personal one. It's, you know, they're a reputable group, but you never know when somebody might be hacked. Now, you don't have to sign up. You could also come over here on the right-hand side. There is a link to enter without an account. This is a little bit inconvenient because it will not remember what page you're on, and you'll have to do one of these reCAPTCHA things. Every time you log in, you'll have to prove that you're not a robot. But you can avoid creating an account if you wish. When you sign up, you get in automatically without having to prove that you're not a robot. So I'm going to go on and sign in since I already have an account. And here's my home page. Sometimes you might have several courses here. You'll probably only have the one first time you visit. Click on Visit the Course. Here's your table of contents. And I'll click on, well, I'm going to come down here to, well, let's try the big picture here. So the module numbers here, Module 3 in the OLI textbook corresponds to Module 2 in the Module 3 in the workbook that I've written. I renumbered all my chapters and sections so that they'll match the OLI textbook. So if it's Module 3 in my workbook, it's Module 3 here also. And then you just click the gray arrow to go through the pages. As you go along, you know, each page is it's a long page. Then you go to the next page, and as you go along, you'll sometimes come to exercises. It'll have something like learn by doing, and then it'll have some questions. Those are not graded because we're using the free version. They have one where you can have it grade you, but then you have to pay. So we have separate homework exercises for our class. But it will tell you if you're right, even though it will not send any grades to me. That's what costs the money. You can still answer the questions, and it'll give you feedback. And if you get it wrong, it'll give you some kind of hint or other information. I strongly recommend, as you read the book, do some of these questions. And that's the end of Module 3 in the OLI textbook. I have a few more exercises related to Module 3 in the workbook. Try to fill in wherever I think they're not clear. Sometimes I go a little bit beyond this textbook. Sometimes it goes a little beyond what I do. It's really to understand the course, be fully prepared to really get it. I think you need both. So that's all for the textbook. I'm going to sign out from here. And I believe that's all for this video. I'll do another short video on the next section of the syllabus. That will be talking about the goals of the course. Give you a little introduction to what statistics is about in that talk. So I'll see you in the next video.